Okay, so now we're looking at recruiting affiliates. Now this by far is what's going to make your product a success or not. Okay, this is what's going to determine whether you do 5 figures, whether you even do 6 figures, or whether you flop and do nothing. Okay, this by far you need to spend as much time recruiting affiliates as possible. And when I say that, I mean 4 to 6 weeks minimum. Okay, now you see, and I see it every day of the week. I see on Facebook, I see these guys that are promoting and they're bringing a product out every 2 or 3 weeks, but they're only making 100 or 150 sales, front end sales, and they're only generating $2, $3, $4,000 at a max. Okay, now this is all well and good, but it doesn't make any sense to me. Why not put a bit more time in, although you're going to take a bit more time, but make it a big launch and make it a massive launch, get 5 figures at least, maybe even 6 figures, a lot of customers in the door, build really good relationships with JVs, provide them with a lot of money from promoting your launch. It just makes total more sense just to spend that bit extra time, spending more time on your launch, on your product and on your funnel, and on recruiting affiliates, and the rewards will be much bigger than these guys that are just putting stuff out there once a month. Some people do. There's a guy, actually a mentor of mine, who launches every single month, and I mean he's established enough that he knows the JVs are going to be jumping on top of his launches, whether or not he recruits them or gives them a heads up about it or doesn't. He's got a solid funnel in place which he uses. All he changes is the front end offer. Okay, that's the only thing he ever changes, is the front end product. So that's doable when you have that establishment and that authority in the marketplace, where you're able just to spend a few days creating the front end product and just getting your launch out there, and you already know that your email list of JV partners, affiliates that you've already got, are going to drop everything to jump on this launch because you're the man, right? However, the rest of us have got some work to do. We've got some real work to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through some of the key ways in which I recruit affiliates, and which have led to my 5-figure launches. So the first one you can see on my screen, current connections. Okay, these are the people that you're already connected to, the people on Facebook that you already are established with, who you're in conversation with, who you're on talking terms with, people people who are in your marketplace that you actually have talked to before, whether it be on Facebook, Skype, Google+, Twitter. These are the people, these are your first port of call. Now, when it comes to recruiting affiliates, there's one thing I really advise, and that's to open up a Microsoft Excel document or similar, whichever equivalent for Mac, I don't know what it is, but open up a document and make a list of all of the hot JVs in your niche. Okay, so you do that, we're going to look at it in a little bit, but you do that by looking on launch calendars, looking in Facebook groups, and more primarily looking on affiliate networks and leaderboards of products that have launched in your niche. Okay, you can see who's promoted, who's won. So for example, if you're promoting, let's say, a YouTube product, and that's your product, then you could go over to JVZoo, go to find products, type in YouTube, and you'd be brought up with a list of YouTube products, just like we looked at in niche research in the first module, except this time you can look at the leaderboards, okay, of all these products that have launched and done well. Now, the people who are sitting pretty at the top on the leaderboard more than likely are going to have an email list who are proven to buy YouTube products. So that's an instant dead giveaway. Now you need to get in touch with that person. We're going to look at it in a little bit. I'm going to take you over and show you exactly what I mean. So current connections, first off, key, really is key. You need to establish these relationships with potential JV partners, get them promoting your launches, and boom, you've got to think of it like this. Just one affiliate can bring hundreds upon hundreds of sales. So the more affiliates you have on board, the better. So let's go into the second one, Facebook and Skype groups. So I'm going to head on over to Facebook. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what type of groups you want to be searching for. So I'm just going to put in JV. Okay, now look at the results that have come up. The real JV group, JV launch calendar, JV Zoo product launch, WSO launch and JV network, official JVZoo.com Facebook group, JV Daddy, JV launches and promos, JV mastery, and there's more, you know. So let's just click on JV launch calendar. So let's have a little scroll through. So you can see straight away we've got posts that are promoting launches. All the way down, people are putting their launches inside these groups. And we keep on scrolling just to give you a little bit more insight that these are packed full of product launches. And they're a great place to not only put your launch, but also pick up on people who are promoting, who are actually launching products in your niche. So let's use Zach Loveday for example here. He's launching a product, and if we were to open it up, we're going to get an insight into what he's launching. So affiliate arbitrage blueprint. Okay, so you could either go click on the JV page and go and have a look and see what's going on for a closer look for a better insight into what this product's about. If it's something that's in your niche, then you can get in touch with Zach. You can send him a friend request or just straight up message him and just try and build a relationship with him, you know. Don't just, one thing you need to do or need not to do, and this is really important, and it's where a lot of people go wrong, is although the end goal is you want them on board your launch, the last thing people want is for people who they've never spoken to in their life or before just popping up saying, will you promote this? Bang, there's a link, go sign up and promote my launch. You know, it's just not cool. Okay, it's not cool. It's good just to establish a bit of a relationship first, even if it's as little as, hey, what's up, what you been up to, what's going on in your business. You know, even if it's just as little as that, it's surprising how much further just those little lines first off will go compared to, hey, look at this launch, promote it. You know, for instance, I get a message or two a day asking about me promoting different people's launches, and if it's just a straight up person who I've never ever spoken to before who's saying, will you promote this, the message gets ignored. You know, I've got other things going on. I'd much appreciate it if someone was to say, hey Thomas, how's it going, and just get into a bit of conversation and bouncing and seeing what's going on. It gives you a better idea of where this person's headed. It gives you a better idea if you can get access to the product. You know, it's just all about building these relationships up. So that's Facebook. So what you can do as we was going back, I'll just quickly show you some of the other groups that you can search for. Is JV was one. Again, launch. To put launch in, you see these other groups come up: marketing, summit launch, pimper, launch superstars, product launch central, product launch. Another one would be affiliate. You could put affiliate in, and you've got affiliate mailing for each other, high converting JV Zoo offers, JV Zoo affiliate and seller, affiliate marketing. You could put product, IM product launching, James Knight product creation lab, product launch central, product launch. You know, there's all these different groups that you can join and promote your launch in. Now, going back to the PowerPoint, I've said Skype as well. Now, with the Skype groups, you need an invite. So if you build relationships with affiliates on Facebook or your current connections, then some of those people may be in select private behind closed doors Skype groups. Okay, there's quite a few going on that are very unknown to people who aren't in the know. But once you get established, once you get building relationships with certain JV partners and affiliates, then the doors are going to go start opening, and you'll soon be finding out all these different Skype groups that you can join. And although it's not as salesy and pitchy as the Facebook groups, you can still recruit a lot of JV partners and affiliates within these Skype groups. Okay, so the next one we're going to go on to is launch calendars. So if we go back over to the browser, and the first one is JV Notify Pro. Now this is ran by an absolute wizard called Mike Mears. He's a genius, and he is probably the nicest man you've ever spoken to in your life. I'm going to drop a link for JV Notify Pro just below this video, and I highly suggest you sign up for the paid membership. I really do. Okay, so what this paid membership is going to get you is not only a listing on the calendar, but also featured announcements. So JV Notify Pro has thousands of affiliates signed up to their email address, okay, into their email list, sorry. So 2 or 3 times a week, an email sent out from Mike Mears from JV Notify Pro. So by signing up for the paid membership, not only are you getting access to the launch calendar and your product launch being listed in the calendar, but what also you'll be getting is you'll have Mike mailing your launch for you. Okay, so he's got a massive list of all the affiliates that are registered on JV Notify Pro, and believe me, there's thousands. So what will happen is Mike will have a buzz builder and JV letter from you, and what he'll do is he'll send a JV letter on a specific date, and this will be, I can't remember off the top of my head, but like a 500-word letter saying why JVs and affiliates need to promote your offer. Then when it gets nearer to the launch time, he'll send out the buzz builder, which will be, I think it's a 50-word buzz builder saying, just pointing out the exact benefits what these JV partners are going to get from promoting. Okay, and it's astonishing the amount of traffic and JV partners that come through and promote your launch from these emails. That's why it's so important to get on your JV Notify Pro and other launch calendars. They really are super cool. So you sign up for JV Notify Pro, follow the instructions to list as a free member, list on the launch calendar. I highly recommend you sign up as a paid member, as a premium member, so you can have access to Mike Mears' email list. Now another launch calendar is muncheye.com, and we've just landed on here. So muncheye.com is completely free. You can sign up, and what you do is you click submit, and you'd submit an offer, so we can have a scroll through, and you can see on the right hand side, the right column is all the launches. On the left column is premium launches. So what you see here is 2 separate columns. Premium launches on the left and all launches on the right. So if you just scroll through the all launches, you're going to quickly see that you can scroll quite far down and you're still on the 5th of March. Okay, we keep on scrolling and we're on the 10th. You can see my launch here upcoming. I'm highlighting everything there, but I'm in yellow because I've bought a featured listing, which we'll get onto a little bit later. So what you do is you'd click submit at the top, which I showed you, and we'll use my launch as an example. So basically you'll be taken to a WordPress dashboard when you submit and you sign up to Muncheye, and there you can create your launch listing. So you can see here my name, vendor name, product name, launch date, time, price and commissions, the JV page, the affiliate network and the niche. And then I've added my graphic, which you'll recognize is from my JV page, and some benefits as to what JV partners are going to get. And then again, the JV link. Okay, that's all I've added. That's all you need. So now what happens is people who are looking for certain things to promote, maybe they've got nothing to promote a certain day. So for example, the 10th of March, they've got nothing to promote. They can have a look and see what is launching on the 10th of March. If something captures their eye, they can click through, have a closer look and maybe even promote it. So another thing what you can do is up here at the top, you can see that these are advertisements. We're going to click through a couple. These are featured listings. Now, the featured listings are obviously these banners. There's 4 banners in total per day. And what happens is basically your listing is featured. So it's highlighted in yellow, which is eye-catching for anyone who's scrolling down. Obviously, the yellow highlight catches your eye. But also, you get this listing at the top on the banner. So this scrolling banner, your listing will be displayed on here. So what you do for that is click advertise here, and then you select the days which you want to do your launch that you wanting to feature, and it's priced at $50 a day. So obviously for people who maybe don't have that kind of budget, it's something for the future when you've built a budget that you can spend that amount on this featured listing. I highly recommend you do so because it does bring a lot of extra JVs to your launches. Back to the PowerPoint, and now what we're going to look at quickly is affiliate networks. So if I go back and hit JV Zoo, what we're going to look at is if you hover over the affiliates, this is similar to what we did in the niche research, you hit find products. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 5-figure funnel launch as an example. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply type in funnel, and it's giving me a list of people who have launched products with or to do with sales funnels. Okay, so at the top it's descending order from the most copies sold. So we've got Funnel Kit here by Amelis, Dave Nicholson with 60-minute reseller, another product from Amelis, Funnel Kit again, the Rainmaker from Bill, Rapid Video Funnels from Peter, the list goes on. But what this is giving me is names. So after I'd gone through this list of people who have launched products with or to do with sales funnels, I could go up and I could maybe search something else like list building. Okay, now so we've got all the products to do with list building. So again, I could go through each one that's relevant to my launch and contact them with the exact same predicament of trying to get them on side and build a relationship and promote my launch. Okay, so you could do this on most affiliate networks. Warrior Plus, you can do the same. ClickBank, you could have a look at doing the same. You could even go to sites such as Google. Okay, so you could go to the search engines, which we'll do now, and what we could do is type in build a sales funnel. Search. So what you want to do is search a keyword of your product and your funnel. Okay, so for me, build a sales funnel. So now Google's brought that back, these results. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the top offer, the top result, petavera.com. So we land on this blog, and the first thing I see is this person, whoever site this is building an email list, right? Absolutely, because the pop-ups just came up. So this means this person is building a list, and it could well be in my niche. They've got a blog post on how to build sales funnels. So potentially this person could have a list that would respond well to my sales funnel, my offer. So what I do is I'd look for the contact button. Primarily you'd want social media, so you can see here you can reach Petavera on Google Plus or Twitter, and you can see there's a contact button down at the bottom as well of the page. So I'd be in contact with Petavera. I'd then be going through other results that Google had brought back. I'd then be changing keywords and again going through different keywords in Google. I could even go to YouTube and search similar keywords and see what videos were coming back and who's made these videos, getting in contact with them. So let's head on back to the PowerPoint. Another way in which you can recruit affiliates is to create a Facebook ad. Now, this can be expensive, so if you don't have much of a budget, it's probably best to leave it for maybe when you've generated a bit of income. So maybe another launch, if this is your first launch, you don't have much money to spend, then maybe leave this one for the next launch when you've generated income and you've got money, constant money coming in. But what you do is you go to Facebook, you create an ad, and I'm just going to head on over and see if we can find one straight away. So on Facebook, what you do is you come over to the top right where the little drop down arrow is, and you select that. You can then select create ads. Now I'm not going to walk you through the whole process of creating a Facebook ad. There's a ton of products out there which you can buy for dollars, if not pennies, on how to build cost-effective Facebook ads. So you can go grab one of those, or even just search on Google or YouTube, and I'm sure you'll be able to find similar results which are going to give you the same information. Okay, so what you do is you create a Facebook ad, you get your image of yourself, you'd want the image to be you, and obviously a benefit of why people need to be promoting your launch. So talk about the money that they could potentially earn, up to $100 per customer, or 100% commissions throughout the funnel, 75% commissions, whatever, $2,000 in cash prizes. You know, something to grip a potential JV's attention into promoting your offer. Okay, and then you'd run that Facebook ad, and obviously following the training, whichever you follow, be able to run that cost effectively, and then that's going to drive you a lot of clicks and hopefully a lot of JV partners. So finally, the last thing that we're going to cover is a second tier link. So what this means is, if you know quite a big marketer or an established marketer that has an email list of JV partners who may be interested in your product offer, your product launch, then what you could do is to persuade this big marketer into mailing their JV list about your product launch. You could offer them a second tier link. So it could be 10%. So if you were giving 50% commissions on your product and then offered them a 10% second tier link, then in total 60% is going to be going out. So how you'd set this up is in JVZoo, you'd go over your seller's dashboard, seller's tab, scroll down and select JVs. Then what you do is add a JV agreement. So you could name this whatever. So preferably the title of your product. Select what product it's from. Now you need to make sure you select the front end product. Then include products in the funnel, 5-figure funnel profits, obviously for me. Then what you select is affiliate consultant. You'd need their affiliate ID. So everyone's got an affiliate ID on JVZoo. So simply just ask this marketer, who you're wanting to send an email to their JV list, just ask them for their JVZoo affiliate ID. You'd paste that in there. So let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for now. Then what you'd want to do is you'd want to use your JV page for their landing page. So this would be my JV page, 5figurefunnel.net/JV. So what this is meaning is their affiliate link, their second tier affiliate link, is going to direct people to your JV page. Okay? Then pay percentage, 10%. I'd leave this blank unless you're only wanting to cover it for a certain date range. Also max earnings, max sales, and then you'd save the JV agreement. Okay? Dead simple, really is, and it's really effective, because if you can get marketers who have got, let's say, 100, 200, 300, even 1,000 JV affiliates on their email lists, then think of the potential how many JVs would be sent to your JV page from their email to that list. Okay, how many people would sign up to your JV list? How many people would request to promote your product? Okay, so that's a big one, really big one. So we're leaving it at that for now. That's it. That's the JV recruiting affiliates module done. Now we're going to be moving on to time to launch, time to strap in, and for the countdown and launch time.